My name is Kareman Shoair. I run the research division at the John Deeger Heart Center for Philanthropy, Civic Engagement and Responsible Business here at the AUC. And I also teach in the economics department here at the American University in Cairo as well. I think that the African Philanthropy Conference managed to create a very powerful space for all of us, academics, practitioners, and policymakers, to take a moment to think and reflect together with our colleagues from all over the continent about how do finance change. We always talk about change, social change. What I'm happy about is that this year we're talking about how do we finance this change, and more importantly, how can we make these financing models more sustainable. I had the pleasure of speaking in one of the academic conference session, as well as moderating one of the plenaries in the main session as well. And I was actually very happy. What stood out to me as someone who works in the intersection of philanthropy and innovative finance for development is how much innovation is actually happening on the ground here in the continent. I learned a lot about wonderful stories, very inspiring, but nobody knows about them. So I was happy to see these different finance models and to compare notes with my fellow academics and to learn from the practitioners as well. It was very important for me as an academic to listen, and someone who works in research is to listen to actual stories from the ground. So I think having the academic conference with the practitioner one, I think this added a lot of values for academics, and I think for those practitioners who managed to also talk and discuss with academics and policymakers. It was actually what I learned the most from this experience is that I found that we have shared problems. You think that your problems are unique, and sometimes when you read it in textbooks, you don't get, it's totally different when you see the people in person. And in our panel, in the academic session, we were talking about problems in the job market for youth. And we realized that it's pretty much similar. We have informality, we have like problems with absorbing the right people and fitting them into the right jobs. It's pretty luxury unemployment. We found that we pretty much have a lot in common. So I think that's the most valuable thing, is just to see indigenous solutions, to see what people who have the same problem as you are dealing with their problem, try to learn. So yeah, that what stood out the most for me. Yeah, the conversations were very deep and insightful. As I mentioned, what I would love to see next year is deeper conversation about what's next. How we take these insightful stories and all this information and knowledge and transform them into more practical strategies.